So I wanted to talk to you today a little bit more about one of our new programs, which is the Hypnosis for Orthorexia program. This is only a relatively recent problem, probably first coined in 2007 by a doctor called Dr. Stephen Bratman. And he used it in relation to people who were eating so-called clean, healthy, or what they classed as good foods to the point of obsession. So, for example, an orthorexic may fixate on eating too much fruit and vegetables and lean protein, but absolutely be cutting out anything that they consider bad in their diet: carbohydrates, sugar, fat. And when it becomes an obsession, it can affect someone's life, massively. And as the problem with any of these eating disorders is, it's not the food that's the issue. It's generally a feeling of wanting to take control, or a person who feels that they can't deal with uncomfortable emotions which are sort of below the surface, which is why we come in to try and help our clients. So we've created a 5-session program to help our clients understand the need for the reasons why they're doing this, and to help them out of this obsessive eating phase back into a more balanced diet. So what exactly are the symptoms of orthorexia? Well, although it's not really a clinical term that's used by doctors that much, there are certain symptoms that seem to be common to the eating disorder. Some of the particular symptoms that you might have include anxiety and stress and guilt when you're eating outside a very, very healthy, strict regime. Now, this doesn't mean to say that everyone who's healthy eating has this problem, but when it's obsessive, as we said, this is when it becomes an issue. So a person might start to remove more and more different kinds of foods from their diet, and specific food groups as well. No carbs, no fat, no sugar, until they're eating just really, really specific foods. And then they're obsessing over it. If they can't eat in a healthy way, it's going to affect their mood. It's going to affect what they do and where they go and how they interact with other people. In fact, they may even judge others who aren't eating in the same way as them. And this can limit your life massively, limit your relationships, limit your work, limit the places that you can go, as that person is desperately trying to create that control over that food. Now, as I said earlier, any hypnosis treatment that we work with our clients does not always tackle the food itself. We're looking at the psychological problems that are underpinning that problem. And very often a person who comes in to see us doesn't have any conscious awareness of what that problem may be. But the things that we see coming up time and time again as common themes with eating disorders include the following: stress and anxiety. Well, you can imagine that anyone who's got an eating disorder of any description is going to feel stressed and anxious anyway if things aren't going to plan with their eating regime. But sometimes that stress and anxiety existed even before the problem manifested itself. If that's the case, it needs to be addressed. And then there's this feeling of perfectionism for many people, or not feeling good enough. These feelings that they've carried around with them for years. Maybe it's a physical imperfection that they dislike, or maybe they don't feel good enough in all aspects of their life. And so they're trying and striving in the best way that they can to try and control those feelings and to control their life so they meet their ideals. Occasionally we come across people as well who have a fear of being alone. And the biggie, over dieting. Many of these problems start with a simple diet that starts to spin out of control. And the thing with any eating disorder is that the more you diet, the more it will spiral further and further out of your control. So any of these diet clubs or diet shakes or diet foods that you're trying to do are only going to make the problem worse. And we find that most people come to see us at the point when they think they need weight loss. And when I start to assess the clients on the phone, it soon becomes clear that their problem isn't anything to do with just overeating. It is problematic eating as a form of a disorder. And in that case, I always tell my clients that I would never take them on for weight loss sessions. It's not appropriate for them. We have to deal with the eating disorder itself. If you manage to deal with the emotions behind the eating, then the disorder starts to fade away. If you'd like a free assessment or a free telephone consultation on the phone, which is how we do it, then you can just give me a call. You can reach me on 01 636 650 521, and I do consultations over the phone initially just to make sure that the treatment is suitable for my client. And then I hold sessions either from my clinic, and my clinics are based in Nottinghamshire, or alternatively, I see clients worldwide. And we can use now FaceTime or Skype or even Facebook video in order to conduct sessions safely as well. The world of technology has moved on, which means there is no boundary now to seeing a good hypnotherapist no matter where you are in the world. So give me a call if you would like to speak more about this problem, and I will have a chat to you and see whether I can help in your particular situation.